guys, I'm Destiny. This is Monday mail number 10. I don't really have any more shirts or anything to sell for you right now, or any products to pimp. If you guys bought the Le Rouge shirt that I was selling last week, I really appreciate it. I'm going to go ahead and hop into the questions now. The first one comes from Adsein, Adsein. What is the plan for the League streams? In your post, you said you want to stream a bit for the memes. Some people speculated that you want to hop on the Reckful train and get some viewers, but what is the goal? Do you somehow hope that people on the internet stopped being retarded and you want to go full ladder grind? Do you just want to have fun? Are you doing it purely for the viewership? I ask because the first option is absolutely impossible. The second option doesn't really work because of the first, and as for the third, I'm sure there are better ways to do that instead of playing a game that made you seriously consider murder in the past. Right now, my League it's fun to play games that I'm competitive at and kind of good at. I say that I'm fucking silver 1 right now, but at least I feel like I have the potential to be much better than 99% or whatever of the people that play the game. So I don't know, when I play a game that I have fun at, that's mechanically challenging, that's multiplayer, and it's a thing that I've spent years working at in the past, like that's really, really, really enjoyable for me. I don't really know how long I'm going to play for. I'm not trying to be an LCS dude or whatever. If I can get back to like Diamond 1 or even into like Masters or whatever, that would be higher. I think Masters would probably be higher than anything I've ever been in before for League. So, I mean, that would be cool. Obviously, there's a massive audience in League. I do get decent viewership numbers. I don't know if I leached them all from Ice Poseidon or what over the past few days playing it, but I'll probably play it for as long as it's fun. If it starts to become like really like fucking pissing me off or whatever, then I'll hop off it and, you know, go back to doing my variety gaming more often. But I still have things that I can play on my free time right now. I've still got Deus Ex that I can sink some hours into. Kerbal Space Program can probably take another few hundred hours, and RimWorld maybe could take another 100 or 200 or 300 as well. I don't know, depending on how deep that goes when you get later on into the game. So I have other things that I can do if I need to take a League break, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So yeah, I don't really have like a definitive answer. I guess I'll play it until I get fucking bored with it. Yeah, it's kind of yeah. Question number 2 comes from Tehpolecat. Could you elaborate on your stance on piracy? You state that people downloading your music torrent should already own all the music, but I'm not sure if you're covering your ass or you actually believe that. I think the excuses of I was never going to buy it, they have enough money already are flawed, and accessibility is no longer an issue with sites like Spotify, Steam, Netflix. If you didn't pay for it, why are you entitled to the content? Bonus question, do you think if a person is against piracy, they should also be against ad blocking to stay logically consistent? Okay, this is kind of a big one. I'm gonna deconstruct this line by line, okay? For the excuse of I was never going to buy it, I think that in some circumstances, I think that that's kind of legitimate. Like, if you have people that legitimately can't afford a game and they manage to find a way to pirate it, I don't feel like it's a lost sale regardless. I guess you could maybe make the argument that that person probably could have worked to save up some money, but since they had the opportunity to pirate it, you know, they're not going to do it and they're going to spend their money elsewhere. I guess those are legitimate arguments. I know that for me personally, when I was broke as fuck, I downloaded a fuck ton of music, and there is zero chance that I ever would have purchased any of it just because I didn't have the financial means to do so. To move to the, I'll just skip ahead a little bit. Does that mean that I'm entitled to the content? I don't believe that anybody is entitled to enjoy something, like, especially if you're not willing to pay for it. I mean, you find ways to do it. If you can, you can. But if you can't, then I mean, I would never go online and like demand that, you know, people make their intellectual property freely available to me, no matter what. Like, I need access to this fucking thing. Like, I don't know if I would necessarily, or I mean, I definitely wouldn't go that far. The second thing of they have enough money already, I also don't agree with that. I never agreed with that, or I would never put forth that argument that like, oh, you know, the money goes to the labels, it doesn't support the band at all. Like, oh, I mean, like, the labels are getting the money because the labels are hooking them up with the recording studio, and they're also doing all of the marketing and probably working a lot with the band in terms of production and, you know, getting the album together and providing instruments and recording times in the fucking studios and giving them access to people to produce their shit and to master and mix and everything. Like, so I mean, I don't necessarily even agree with that argument. Honestly, like, at this point in my life where I have enough money to buy pretty much everything I want outside of like crazy cars or houses or whatever, it's that maybe this just sounds lazy, but the nice thing about torrents for me personally is that if you know how to navigate the sites, you can find everything organized meticulously with unparalleled quality and unparalleled catalog. Okay, so I can hop onto What or Waffles and I can search and find every single album by Green Day, by Taking Back Sunday, by Kashibu Daisuke, by Tay, by Animals as Leaders, by Animal Collective, by Radiohead, like all. I could find movie soundtracks, video game soundtracks. I could find all of these albums. I could find individual releases of an album. Maybe I like Muse. Maybe I know that Muse had the a certain album. I don't even remember the name of the album. Sorry. Muse had a certain album, and I really want the Japanese edition of that album because it has 2 bonus tracks that I really want to listen to, right? And I want to have those tracks. I can search for that, and it's all there, and I can get it in any quality I want. Maybe I want it perfect, beautiful. I need my FLAC lossless fucking file so that it's perfect in my computer and I can make all the transcripts I want. Maybe I just want to grab an itty bitty V2 MP3 encode because it's small, fits on my iPod, whatever, and I don't give a fuck about it. Doesn't have to be perfect. I can't hear the difference anyway, right? The ability, the cataloging and the cataloging and the organization and the availability of everything on these private torrent sites it's not matched anywhere. Like you say things like Spotify and Steam and Netflix, but for Steam has gotten to the point to where if I want a game, I can find it on Steam and buy it, and I do. I don't pirate games anymore. I never pirate games because if I want a game, it's on Steam and I can find it every single time. Period. That's it. And I can find the DLC and everything listed for it too. And there's a Steam Workshop if you want to install mods. So Steam is there in terms of being at a point where wait, I don't even want to waste my time pirating. I have the money. I'm just gonna go fucking buy shit, right? Netflix looks like it's really nice, except you've got problems with availability of seasons, and you definitely don't have depth of content. Like if I'm looking for specific animes, if I'm looking for specific movies, tons of shows, older seasons of shows. Maybe I don't want to just watch season 9 of Community or not Community of The Office or whatever. Netflix is definitely a step in the right direction, but to argue that it has the same depth as I don't know, what do people use? Pass the Popcorn or IP torrents or whatever people are using these days for movie trackers is just not true. And then same thing with Spotify. Spotify, I'm not even sure what quality the songs are. I think that if you get Spotify Premium, you can download them. Sometimes if you search for some of the harder to find artists that I listen to, sometimes you can find them, but the albums won't always have all the songs. And if something existed, if there was a torrent site that existed and I could go onto a site, look up every single fucking album I want, and then download it in any fucking quality I want, and I could pay a fee or whatever to that site, I would probably do it at this point. Because again, I have money. I don't really give a fuck about blowing some of your subscriber dollars on buying albums, especially if it's an artist that I really like. But it just doesn't exist yet. The music world just lags behind. And I'm not going to deal with shit like fucking iTunes, auto-deleting and managing and curating my fucking library for me and shit. And I don't want to pay for a streaming service because if I pay for something, I want to have a physical copy of it. Not even a physical copy, at least a digital copy that is owned on my hard drive. I want it. I want to have it. I want to be able to unplug my shit from the internet and be able to access everything I have or transfer it from disk to disk so I can put it on an iPod or I can put it on my phone or whatever. I want to have my fucking files. I don't want to have to rely on having an internet connection to stream it from somewhere. So yeah, that's the big problem with the music industry. Now, that being said, for the most part, I'll probably always pirate music because I think I'm probably an elite class of users that uses torrents to download music. There's probably less than 1% of the internet even uses torrents to download shit. And for 99% of people, things like Spotify and iTunes and Google Play and all that shit is probably good enough. But if your tastes are a little bit harder to find, and if you would love your huge hard to find bands, but you know what I mean, right? I listen to some stuff that's probably not available on Spotify. That's not available on Spotify because I've searched before, because I've used it before when I've traveled, and didn't have my iPod with me. If you've used torrents and you're comfortable torrenting and you've been on sites like What and Waffles, or if you're from Oink or whatever back in the day, right? There's no comparison, right? There's no fucking comparison. Streaming sites just don't have the organization set up for music or whatever. I don't know. And same thing with videos and TV and whatnot too. Fuck, it was even the same for porn. I'm sure that people have, you know, their own porn trackers now or whatever, but like Chegit was like fucking huge back in the day. Like, why would I want to go and do some shitty ass streaming website where you've got to configure 50 million ad blockers and they're always having this erase. We don't have it updated. You're gonna get some weird fucking pop-up shit. But like in Chegit, like, oh cool, this video looks fucking sick. I can get it in fucking 1080p and it's on my fucking computer. I don't have to worry about the video getting deleted or fucking managing bookmarks or any crazy ass Jason Bourne shit like that. I just have the files on my drive, right? Maybe not necessarily, kind of tangentially related, but yeah, I don't know. The torrents are just so fucking nice. They're so good, and everything about the way these sites are organized is so sick that it's like, why would I start spending money on something that's so vastly inferior? And that's not even how it's supposed to go, right? If you're spending money, you're supposed to be getting shit that's like danker than like pirated, shitty knockoff shit. But that's not how it works so far for music. And I'm not sure if it'll ever catch up to how nice torrents are, just because most people probably don't demand that much access. I don't know. Maybe someday, for Tehpolecat, I mean, this guy watches my stream a lot. Maybe someday, like, I'll go through, we can surf, like, what CD or waffles on stream, and I can show you, because I don't think a lot of people realize the amount of access you get to an awesome, amazing catalog, like, at your fingertips. Like, the diversity of shit you can find is insane. Maybe one day I'll go through it on stream. I'll bring it up. Hopefully the site doesn't get shut down or whatever. Although I think if the FBI wanted to fuck with my shit, they probably would have by now. On the tail end of that question, do you think if a person is... I'm saying I'm a lot. Fuck, I just noticed that. I'll have Joe Will jump cut all this out. Bonus question. Do you think... I'm just kidding. Do you think a person is against piracy? Should they also be against ad blocking to stay logically consistent? I think that piracy and ad blocking are two different things. Usually when you're pirating something, you're not paying a lot of money for it. Or you're avoiding the paying of money for it. If you are ad blocking something, I feel like you're just kind of being lazy and depriving somebody of money for the content you're enjoying. That being said, I mean, this is an argument that I will never, ever, ever try to defend on the internet because it's pointless. Like, everybody's going to ad block, and fighting against it is a waste of breath. If you're a content creator, you obviously know at this point you find other revenue streams to monetize, and fuck ads. You know, 10% of your audience doesn't ad block, you know, awesome for them. You make a little bit of money. It's not even worth incorporating advertising via that way into your stream anymore, right? It's just whatever. But I don't think that these are necessarily inconsistent positions, because, like, if you visit a site and somebody has a banner ad, or like, or if I'm streaming and there's like video ads, you know, like in between games, like I'm running 3 minutes of ads or whatever, like, they're not really asking you to pay money for it. So, like, to ad block those, I feel like takes things an extra step higher of like, man, I'm fucking lazy, I don't want to fuck this shit, I'm ad blocking. Whereas if somebody's pirating something because they don't want to spend, you know, like $600 in 2 months on games, and there's like 10 games that come out that they want, like, I mean, I understand. I think that that's a quite a different scenario, in my opinion. But that being said, I mean, if you watch my stream, I do ad block now. The pre-rolls finally forced me to do it. Pre-rolls are so cancerous, dude. Dude, I don't know what to say, dude. The pre-rolls are just fucking horrible, man. Yeah, and they're what finally pushed me over the edge. So, I mean, people ad block, and there's not much you can do about it, and there's no point in preaching against it either. Final question comes from MetaProtagonist. How can you... I'm not going to read the... How can you accurately tear apart G2A for bad practices, then accurately point out the problems with people having G2A sponsorships, then still accurately dive into the problems with Riot, and then play and stream Riot's product? The answer can't just be enjoying the game itself. That'd be akin to someone defending a G2A sponsorship because the prices are good. So the difference between G2A and Riot is that G2A and... what it seems is G2A engages in practices that are actively harmful to the industry in a direct, like, tangible way. Like, G2A gives people that steal keys the opportunity to sell those keys. People that buy the keys get fucked over. The retailers that sell keys get fucked over. Retailers that try to sell keys for different prices and different reasons get fucked over because G2A can act as an arbitrage, which basically means you're equalizing prices across markets. If something is for sale for here for $5 and something is for sale here for $6, you buy all the things here for $5 and then you sell it over here for $5.50 or $6, whatever, right? Arbitrage is like equalizing markets or whatever. So if you hear me say that, if you hear me say arbitrage in terms of G2A, what I mean is, like, people will go to Romania, buy up a ton of cheap fucking keys, and then resell it in, like, Australia or the United Kingdom where prices are much higher. But what that ultimately does is it forces developers then to say, well, sorry, Romania, I know you guys can't really afford this shit, but you're getting fucked. Now I'm charging you full price and everything because get fucked, right? So whereas G2A intentionally engages in practices that are undeniably harmful to the market in objective, tangible ways, Riot is just kind of a scumbag piece of shit company. But that being said, Riot has every right to be a scumbag piece of shit company. It's their product. It's their game. It's not like they are actively engaging in the sabotage or harm of other companies. They're just very selfish and very short-sighted in the way that they market their own product. I would never support Riot or do anything with Riot. Like, I'm not going to say cast an LCS because obviously I'm never going to be there, but like I would never be like on a Riot-sponsored stream or promoting like a League skin. There was some shit, unless there's some sick as fuck Draven skin that came out. But even that I probably wouldn't do. So like I don't really support Riot at all, but like League in and of itself is a fun game. I mean, fun enough. I guess I enjoy the MOBA shit. When you do the, I enjoy playing MOBAs. So, or I should say, I guess I enjoy playing League. So I mean, I'll play League because it's fun, but I don't think that necessarily means I support Riot. I mean, I played StarCraft for a long time, and I think Blizzard fucked StarCraft really hard in a lot of different ways. So I don't think that necessarily playing the game is the same as supporting the company, whereas buying from G2A is necessarily supporting the company. And it's a company that does objective harm to places, whereas Riot just runs their shit in kind of a scumbaggy way, but it's not like objective harm. So if I give Riot like $100 for fucking RP, it's, you know, it's whatever. Riot is kind of a scumbag company, but it's scumbaggy, that's it. Whereas G2A is like morally and ethically fucked. It's like a different tier of shit, in my opinion. Fucking damn, these are big questions. All right, good job, guys. Those are my 3 questions for this Monday mail. Like I said, I don't really have a shirt or anything to sell for you. Yeah, that's pretty much all I got. Thanks a lot. I appreciate it. I will link the thread to the questions for the next Monday mail in the information below this video. Thanks a lot for everybody, again, that bought my last shirt. Thanks for everybody that donates and everybody that asks questions. I love you all very much. I'll see you guys later. Peace out.